Oh, snap. Live once again over here on YouTube. We got some Agatha May action. You guys know how much we love Agatha May. She literally posted a new video, I think probably while we were live or maybe right before I went live. So let's jump into it. Wasn't even planning on doing this. No idea. Very impromptu. I didn't even put a thumbnail up yet. So let's do it, y'all. Hit the thumbs up button. I'm shrinking myself down. We're going to jump right into it. Agatha May Detective Agency. She's going to be linked down in the description and everything too. So make sure you go follow her channel. She is outstanding. Outstanding. So here we go.
Welcome to, or welcome back to, the Agatha May Detective Agency. I'm Agatha May, and in this video, I'll be answering some questions that you've left in the comments, as well as debunking some rumors. But first, I want to say thank you to Gina, not just for the super thanks, but also for saying that I'm a bundle of sunshine. Because now I'm just going to randomly start yelling that to my husband from across the house. It's the little things that keep the spark alive. So our first question is from Rick Brushett, Mortgage Mentor. Did Bernie's wife stay with him after he abused his 6-year-old daughter? Bernie Kenerson was Solid Rock Church's night pastor, and while in the Army in 1992, was court-martialed for indecent acts with his 6-year-old daughter. Thankfully, his wife did divorce him, and
jeez, what is wrong with these people? You're going to burn in hell for that.
Their divorce was final the year after he was found guilty. MEJC says, Agatha, you rule breaker. I thought all the artwork was created by you. This question stems from me placing a fair use statement at the beginning of one of my videos. I am a rule breaker, but I make all of my own graphics using purchase clip art, my own digital art, as well as images from my collection of vintage graphics. I added the fair use disclaimer as a measure of caution after my new bestie for the resty, TruecrimeRi, had one of my videos taken down. A couple of others had something to say about that video as well. User ZQ wrote, "Can't believe they had your video taken down for infringement. Way to keep your focus pure, guys, which is bringing awareness to Mica." And Living the Dream on the Homestead asked,
I had a feeling that kind of stuff was going to happen.
what happened to the video of JP accusing Mica of cheating? I started watching it and now it's gone. So TruecrimeRi had my video taken down for copyright infringement, which it wasn't, and she allowed others to keep it up. Part of the copyright law is that if you claim infringement when it's not, you can be fined. She singled mine out, so it doesn't seem like she really thought it was infringement. Maybe this is just how she shows affection. She's a Wildflower asked, I wonder if he, meaning Nick Jenag, is JP's PI guy. I think he just might be.
I bet you that video is probably still on my channel, which is crazy as hell.
Especially since he's been taking pics and videos of the protesters like he's making a documentary special for PBS. I think he fancies himself another Magnum PI. I just hope he doesn't pull out the Thomas Magnum short shorts and start wearing them. And you know he has at least a few pair of those bad boys in his closet. Speaking of Nick Jenag, I've had someone who knows him very well reach out to me, so I might have more information about him soon. Charlie Chaplin asked, how do I get in touch with you? I used to go to Reggie's college. Oh, Charlie, email me right now. Agatha May Detective Agency at Gmail, and I'll put a link in the description. But seriously, right now, I need all the scoop you can scoop.
Oh, man.
Song of the Bride asked, Agatha May, do you believe that she, meaning Mica, took her own life? Well, I have never believed she did, and here are just a few reasons why. Lumber River State Park would be a very odd place for her to do it. The 911 call is off. I think she would have left a note for her family. And the timeline of her day, including her receipts, seems to be a little too convenient and a little too neatly laid out. I don't think it's a big conspiracy among multiple agencies, because that's just way too many mouths to stay closed. But I think there's more to it than we know. Sally asked, Agatha, did you hear about the 911 call by the neighbor on May 1st, 2024? It's getting more twisted. For those who haven't heard about the May 1st 911 call, a neighbor of John Paul's called and stated there were multiple Oriental women, his description, not mine,
Whoa.
in and out of the house, and there were sheets on the windows, and he thought there was trafficking going on. He also said that on the morning of the Saturday that Mica died, John Paul almost ran him down with his truck. That is the morning that John Paul was still supposed to be in Charleston. So, was the driver of the truck actually John Paul, or was it possibly his son Logan, who looks like a younger clone of him? And if you think Logan's photo looks like a mugshot, it's because it is. He was arrested for breaking a bottle over his wife's head.
Oh
Well,
my.
he seems just as charming as his father. In any case, the police and the FBI are aware of the truck sighting. And I'm working on a video where I'll talk more about that 911 call.
Damn. Dude's son did that? That's real? That's crazy as hell, dude. You gonna burn in hell for that one.
Greg Matz asked, why does JP keep touching his nose? Is he checking to see if his nose was growing? It appears to be a sign of extreme nervousness. I think it could be a nervous habit, or drugs. Maybe it's his security nose. It could also be that he doesn't want to pay for rhinoplasty, so he keeps trying to push the tip of his nose down, thinking it will eventually stay that way. I would say that he touches his nose every time he lies, but if that were the case, he would have rubbed it completely off by now and would be walking around looking like a dollar store Voldemort.
Agatha, mate.
One dirty slot. Oh my.
Slot machines.
Wrote, Agatha, if you haven't watched CJ's live from last night, you need to ASAP. I believe he and Ann uncovered who TruecrimeRi is. They also pulled up a new website that Coastal, aka Dominion, aka Destiny, aka Adrienne, created literally yesterday. It's the fakest looking website. Besides being my bestie for the resty, I'm 99.9% sure I know who TruecrimeRi is. I have researched her, and you all know that's kind of my jam, yo. I'm not going to dox her, but I will say that she did not do a good enough job at hiding her trail. Destiny
Whoa.
Dutton is the world's worst investigative reporter who tried to pass herself off as Adrienne Fisher so she could get interviews with the protesters at Solid Rock Church. When confronted about actually being Destiny Dutton and being with Dominion, she just flat out lied and wasn't even good at it. It was so obvious she was lying. Destiny, sweetie, if you're gonna try to go undercover, work on your poker face. Destiny claimed to be from Coastal Life Media and had a badge with misspellings on it. I have found so many documents, letters, badges, etc. with the misspellings in this case. Can none of these people spell? Coastal Life Media
Probably
is a
not.
completely made-up company. Unfortunately, Coastal Media Group is an actual company in California. They just have a really crappy website. I mean, bad enough that I was already grabbing screen caps like they were free slices of cheesecake because I was thinking the website was just something Destiny had thrown up overnight.
Oh my god.
I was so excited about the video I was going to make about it. But then I got further into the site and realized it had way too much information on it. So I looked up the company, and they have an established Facebook page with hundreds of followers. I was very disappointed. Also, Coastal Media Group, work on your website. Deb asked, why do you think the daughter pulled that fake crap at the protest? JP paid her? Weird. I think this was Wayne Miller's idea. It is just the kind of escapade that barmy little bonehead would come up with. One where you send out an inexperienced reporter who can't lie with a straight face and expect her to lie and get you all the dirt on the protesters, but instead she just bungles the entire thing. That's the Miller way. I don't think it's going to turn out well for the Duttons or for TruecrimeRi. She's claiming that she has exclusive rights to the video she posted of the interviews. She might regret posting it. I hope that the protesters have reported the video to YouTube for them being in it without their permission, especially since it's not a video that was grabbed off a news site or published elsewhere.
The only problem with that is that technically they're on public property, and if they didn't want to be recorded, even if afterwards they say, I don't want that to be put up because you were in public and were being recorded, there's no expectation of privacy in public. So even though they didn't want it to come out, they're still in public. But the nice thing to do, the respectful thing to do, is if you do an interview with somebody and then afterwards they say, you know what, I actually don't want that to be up. The nice thing to do, the considerate thing to do, is to then not post it. So, yeah.
Mark Goff wrote, there was a traveling group of poetic prophets, Dutton, 80s and 90s in South Carolina. 3 brothers and a dad. I wonder if there's a connection. They were good at getting offerings. I'm gonna say they're the same ones. Joseph's father was a pastor, and he has 3 brothers. I think he's the youngest, so the 3 older brothers might have been part of that traveling circus that were good at getting offerings. 2 of the brothers struck out on their own, and I found these gems. An announcement for a youth revival and an offering envelope. Of course.
Whoa.
I don't think I even want to know what their gospel van was and why they had that in quotations. Joey was recently asking for money to finish up the month of July so they could meet the budget for the month. Well, maybe Mama Dutton needs a new counterfeit Gucci bag. Joey wrote, please take a moment and give your best seed today, and let's go into August with a great praise report. The whole best seed thing is icky, Joey. Stop saying it. I do love that they call their financial report a praise report. That is just so whimsical. Laura asked, isn't the name...
That is just so whimsical. Allie! Aaliyah! I can't... Y'all, I'm so tired right now. I don't know what's happening. Aaliyah, it's great to see you, and thank you for the donut.
Of the book, Hell is Real, No, You Don't Want to Go There. Now, this is in reference to John Paul Miller's invigorating book that I've been sharing excerpts from. I know those words are on the cover, but the legal title that is connected to the ISBN actually is simply Hell No. And now let's debunk some rumors. I have seen multiple posts made with people claiming that John Paul Miller was arrested in March of 2000 in Illinois. It is not the same John Paul Miller. The Chicago John Paul's birthday is in March, not May. This article about the incident reads that his father was the village president where this took place, and his mother's name is Cheryl. Wayne Miller has probably been the village idiot on more than one occasion, but he's never been a village president. And John Paul's mother's name is Susan. Anglican Watch had an article on their website.
She said village idiot.
Claiming it was the same person. And I've messaged them with proof that it isn't, but they haven't taken down the article. The second rumor was more of one that was in the beginning of this case, but I still see it pop up once in a while, and it's that John Paul owned boats. This is also a different John Paul Miller, and he's 77 years old. He is listed on the Horry County tax records as having several boats with tax payments severely overdue. Another rumor floating around the groups is that John Paul purchased a condo with some woman named Rochelle. This is yet another John Paul Miller. This John Paul is 56 and lives in North Carolina with his wife, Rochelle. He owns a condo in Myrtle Beach, but doesn't have anything to do with Jerkface Miller. There are a lot of John Paul Millers in the Carolinas. It's almost like it's not a very original name. And the final rumor is that Solid Rock Church has had its elders and trustees controlling the finances since 2015. I just saw this one in a Facebook group the other day, so it's relatively new. According to the affidavit that John Paul's first wife, Allison, recently filed with the court, after getting caught having an affair with Mica, John Paul agreed to having overseers in the church as part of his reconciliation, and he did send a letter out to the congregation stating such. But John Paul decided that the new bylaws were just a bunch of crazy talk, and he reverted back to having control over everything at the church because he wants to control everything he possibly can. Well, aren't we all not a bit surprised by that? Please leave any burning questions or not burning questions, and I'll get to them in our next Q&A. I just want
Agatha May, I'm about to leave a question, and it's going to say, when are you coming on a live stream? What? Hello? Y'all, go leave a ton of like the video's pinned in the description. Go leave a ton of comments and say, when are you going on a Mystery Project live stream? That's what we need to know. That's what we need to know. I'm going to go do it right now, too. I'm going to go do it right now, too.
to take the time to say that I think my viewers are the best. I don't care what anyone else says. If they say their viewers are better, they're great big fat liars. Thank you so much for watching and commenting and all the things. Until next time,
all the things.
Stay safe and be happy.
Oh, man. Agatha May, y'all. Did it again. My goodness, Agatha May. You are incredible, aren't you? All right. YouTube, I'm out. Probably going to start another one here in a minute. Love you guys. Make sure you leave a thumbs up, though, and subscribe if you're new here. See y'all in a bit. TikTok, what are we